254-7992. Once again, that's 254-7992. Teenagers have been in the headlines this week. Yesterday, under 16-year-olds were banned from attending afternoon tea parties. And the reason is that the police believe that's where teen gangs form and congregate. And as of today, teachers have been given police powers where they can use them to monitor and control difficult students. These measures point to the increasing concern over teenagers and the violence they commit. And we have seen a number of serious cases highlighted in recent weeks, one resulting in the death of a young man. What starts out as nothing more than a stare or accidental touching can quickly turn violent when knives and sticks are used to inflict terrible wounds. This report by Yvette Sitton.
This is all it takes for this to happen. Boon Kyung's one of the lucky ones. He survived an attack by over 18 teenagers last week. He was stabbed 7 times, once narrowly missing his kidney.
I was walking out of the school with my friends, a girl. Then I saw 4 guys following me, and I told my girl to walk away. Then that guy pulled my shirt. Then I was beaten up by 4 of them. Then I just fought back for a while. Then I don't know why 20 over people come just aim at me. I think maybe they got the wrong person, because I doesn't cause any trouble outside. And at school I not have gangster friends or what.
How do you feel that so many of the people who beat you up still haven't been caught?
I think I'm still in danger, because they maybe will come and find me again, even though I never do anything. But I think maybe they have the wrong person.
Boon Kyung says he isn't angry at being beaten up so savagely. He accepts it as part of life, an aspect most youngsters today have to deal with. But other victims of gangsters weren't able to shrug it off quite so easily. What was the worst thing you ever did when you were part of the gang?
Gang fight. The other good one, they have only 5 person. Then we all got more than 30. Then we beat them out. Then got 4 people run away. Then one cannot run. Then they beat until he now. Don't know now. I think he's still in coma. I'm the one who used the pulong to hit his head. Then after that he dropped.
30 of you and one guy. How did you feel when you were part of it?
Shook, man. Shook. Can beat people. Then all the trouble. Forget all the trouble all.
Botak was 13 when he decided he needed gang protection. He paid $12 a month to become a member. Why did you want to be in a gang?
Like, very big like that all. You walk here, walk there, the hand all move, the leg all move. Then can like disturb girl. Then anyhow go there, then other people, hey, okay, you join my one. Like that.
So you are tough lah?
Yeah, act tough.
Acting tough meant taking offense to everything. For youth like Botak, words, stares and gestures are threats worth staking their lives on. And sometimes fights break out just for the heck of it.
Break out with my stick, drunk, quarrel with friend, family problem, bad mood. Wow, then my friend say, hey, you in bad mood? Hey, that guy very ching, beat him, come there. Because we will see the guy first, like, because being known as being type.
The world of the teen gangster is a whole different jungle to the one most of us live in. Different rules apply, and more often than not, basic survival instincts take over. For instance, certain parts of Singapore are off limits to Botak.
Boon Lay, I can't even go. no place or check I can go also. Once I step inside, they all recognize me. I'm going to be the one who get beaten out.
However, since the coma incident, Botas left his gang and is now trying to forge a new life.
No good lah. Trying again. Every time you get beaten out, if not you'll be ripped out. Then after you be ripped out, you will catch by police. What the use?
Do you still feel guilty about the guy who's in a coma?
Every night I can get into sleep. So think of that guy. Thinking of visit him or see whether how is he. Then after all, it's my fault.
But staying in the clear isn't that easy. Leaving a gang can be painful, emotionally and physically.
Yeah, you can get off from the game, but you must get punishment off. Then they will like 18 people beat you. Yeah, after they beat you out, then they will go punish you alone.
Since leaving his gang, Bota feels he's all alone in the world. He told me he lost his job and his girlfriend recently.
Was your family worried about you being involved with gangs and everything?
They just don't care what I'm doing. If I die, then they care. I wish I could die now.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not sure whether I can change or not also. Saw my friend outside, and I talked to them for a while. Then sometimes I just couldn't control myself and mix with them, but I didn't do anything wrong. I scared I will be a part of them again or...
What do you want to change into?
A normal person or...
Looking at Jason today, no one would be able to guess his past. He's clean-cut and holds down a good job. Jason was 15 when he got involved with his gang. He was 19 when he broke away, after one of his victims died after a fight.
You suddenly become braver because you're in a group and stuff. And suddenly you have an identity to fall upon, you see.
And that identity was that of the most powerful gang in the town area, one other gangs knew better than to cross swords with.
There are times in town, there are hordes of shoppers walking around, thronging around Orchard Road, and we'll be in the streets running after this guy, and he'll be running frantically away from us, and we'll be like running after him, screaming at the top of our voices, in Hokkien, okay? And eventually we'll catch up with him. In front of all these people, we'll bring you down, we'll trash you there, and we'll disappear from the scene very quickly.
Jason's gang got into up to 2 to 3 fights per day.
Proportion-wise, maybe 80% are stabbing incidents. 10% are because of boy-girl relationships, and another 10% is because of gangs going into each other's territory.
What happened to the people that you beat up?
I guess most of them ended up in hospital. The other rest probably got off with minor injuries, because maybe we were not too into it that day. Only one big incident that really happened when actually someone died.
It was a routine beating over a staring incident with 10 of Jason's friends versus 5 rivals. But the unexpected happened. Death.
Multiple head injuries caused by excessive blows to the head. There weren't any weapons involved, fortunately. So that's why we didn't know the extent of our fury and our force.
Jason told me the law was lenient with him and his friends. Only one of them faced jail. The rest were let off on probation.
I didn't want him to die. I didn't expect him to die because we have trash people even worse than that, and they probably ended up in hospital, but they didn't die. You know what I mean?
Did the death haunt you?
Not really. We don't go crying over it, you know what I mean, that someone died, because we don't feel for that person because we don't know that person. You see, But we do feel bad about it because the person has died.
You killed that person.
Oh, we didn't kill him with intentions or with our bare hands. It just happened that a fight broke out and everything was a blur and the guy died. See, having an intention and not having intention, it's a world apart.
Do you feel that that absolves you?
To a certain degree, it does, maybe. It does. We do feel less guilty about it.
Is that right or wrong?
It's wrong, but I just can't help feeling that way, you know what I mean?
Whatever happened to turning the other cheek? It might seem unmanly to some, but it certainly would spare youngsters from serious injury, even death. We're going for a break now, still to come. The flames of civil unrest are fanned once again in Cambodia. We look at Singapore businessmen caught in the middle.
With a Fiat Uno Zest. But that's not all.
Welcome back to the second half of the program. If you've just joined us, this is Talking Point. Many of us have used Chinese medicines at one time or another, and most households here have at least one traditional cure-all, like tiger balm or po chai pills in their medicine cabinet. But concerns are rising that not all of them may be safe. In the last 2 years, the Ministry of Health has found over 50 traditional medicines which contain substances such as lead and mercury, all of which could cause health risks. So are traditional medicines safe? June Lee with this report.
Take this baby product, Bowing Tan, for example. When a batch of this was tested, it had over 1.5 times the legal limit of lead in it. Babies given the Bowing Tan from this batch could be poisoned and could also develop symptoms such as stomach pain, vomiting, and diarrhea. So how can we be sure that such medicines aren't the tip of a dangerous iceberg? And can we be certain that traditional medicines are really safe?
Dr. Wong Kam Ling, Director of Traditional Chinese Medicine at the Health Ministry, explains why some medicine can be dangerous.
If this medicine were to be taken in large quantity within a short time, it could cause acute poison. If this medicine were taken for a very prolonged period of time, in terms of years and so on, it could cause serious effects. But if an ordinary person were to purchase one of these medicine from the shelf and in fact have taken the usual small doses in terms of a few days and so on, I do not think any serious health risk or effect will come to that person.
So there's no cause for concern in the short term. But long-term problems mean that any medicines highlighted by the Ministry of Health must be destroyed. In addition, many traditional medicines have yet to be tested, and new brands are regularly coming onto the market. So how can we be sure there aren't more problems waiting round the corner?
In this medical hall, there seems to be a remedy for almost any ailment you can think of. But we're not here to look for a cure. We're here to find out whether the Chinese medical community has any fears about the safety of their products.
The chairman of the Chinese Medical Union, Ong Bu-gong, feels that the ministry is right to be concerned. However, he defends the old, time-tested remedies.
Some of them which have been we have a history of few hundred years, like the Po Chai Yun, the Bowing Tan, Pa Fong Yin, Pa Chan Yun. So it's quite safe. The only thing we have to look at is from the place of manufacture and the country of manufacture. And whether this thing have any sort of banding history. If they have the MOH already banned, so we don't take them. If not, it's very safe to take it.
The problem, according to Mr. Ong, often lies with the manufacturer.
The name of a Bowing Tan, this medicine have been history for a few hundred years. But nowadays, a lot of new manufacturers making a Bowing Tan. maybe they does not follow the formula or the proper way of making this Boeing tan. So he may cause some some heavy metal inside which is not safe for consumption. So you must ask the medical hall people, you tell them, I want those well-known brand, not the new brand.
However, most medicine halls are at the mercy of the information they receive.
我们卖的时候也不了解，只是说靠卫生部的一个通告发函给这个中药工会，那是中医师工会，那么他才由工会呢通知他们的会员说这个是卫生部指示这些都是有超过水银跟铅的一些分量的中成药，所以必须禁止所卖。我们只有能够说接到他的通告以后，采取行动把它收起来，不再公开卖出，这是我们所能够做得到的。
For their part, customers seem to have their own ideas of what they should or shouldn't do.
我看我不担心啊，因为我们用的药都是相当久的历史了，好像这些保气丸他们都是有一段历史的，好像枇杷膏这些都是很多国家很多艺人都在用，很多人都在用，应该是没问题的。
中药如果就是以前我们妈妈用的下来再给她吃，给我们吃了，现在我们就都我的孙子来吃咯。他拿来卖，拿个招牌来卖咯，交给他吃咯，现在也没有什么。
I'm very concerned about this matter, but I believe government control about this matter is quite straightforward. So normally we don't buy these new products because a lot of new products from all province from China, you see, they bring in certain products. I mean, I should say, you have to wait the government to examine it, then it can be trusted, you see.
So, the main issue for both experts and public is whether the manufacturer can be trusted. The Ministry of Health has already started to address this and other key issues.
You want to implement more controls to ensure better quality product on sale in Singapore in several aspects. One is to license the traders, meaning the distributors, the importers, and so on, to increase or to make sure there are accountability of the import and distribution of products in Singapore. The other aspect is to have a higher requirement on the manufacturers so that the manufacturing standard conform to certain international standards, and this will be done in stages.
In addition, the Ministry of Health will require products to have proper labeling so that the public will know what they're buying. These moves are backed by the Chinese medical community.
We are doing a sort of each one putting pressure on one another. The MOH putting pressure on the importer of the medicine, then importer have to put pressure over the manufacturer, either from China, Hong Kong, or this, to tell them you better make this product safe and that is suitable for Singapore people to take, and also it's according to the guideline of the NOH. Otherwise, we will not import your product.
So, collaboration is weeding out potentially dangerous traditional medicines. But in the meantime, customers need to be up on the issues. After all, is our health up for the chop?
If you're in doubt about any of the Chinese medicines that have been prescribed to you or that you've been using, you can contact the Ministry of Health on 3255412 for more information. After this break, when we return, Bishan rats more than just an irritation.
A few days back, I saw one dead rat right in front of the passageway there, and it's pretty big, this size. I feel disgusted with these rats.
Pregnant women drink Anmum 1.